And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Acceleracers Hub for another video. Hopefully you guys are all doing awesome. So today, guys, the art contest is officially underway, or the second art contest on the channel is officially underway. So as of the time this video drops, the first art contest matchup will be live on my community tab on the channel. So be sure to go vote for your favorite entry each day until the conclusion of the art contest, where we will crown the second champion. But for today's video, guys, we're gonna be taking a look at all the entries that were submitted into this art contest, just sort of giving you guys an advanced sneak peek of what is to come. And we're gonna take a look at the randomly generated bracket that has all the entries on it, so you can sort of see where your entry is on the bracket and what day your matchup is gonna be, so you can make sure you go vote for your entries. But just a reminder of, what we're living up to, some of the best entries from the last art contest. We had the Dinosaur Realm, which ended up winning, the runner-up Slingshot, and this Rocket Socket Hyperpod was absolutely unreal as well. And that was the one that I think I posted on the subreddit with the advertising for the second art contest. So huge shout out to those guys. That is what we are living up to in this art contest. But let's go ahead and take a look at the entries. So first up, we have an entry by GD Inferno Boy, who has Jackhammer 2.0. So this is Night Shifter, sort of like an Acceleracers fantasy model style. So it's Night Shifter with the Jackhammer decals. Check it out. And then a second entry by GD Inferno Boy, we have the Hyper Truck with the Teku decals. And a little tidbit about the decals, the realm symbols on the side are actually all the realms that Vert raced in prior to the Ultimate race. So nice little detail there. And then we have an entry by John, which is a sketch of Gig. They're robots. They are perfect. Look at the detail on this Gig. And then a second entry by John with Vert and Power Age. I think this is from, isn't this from The Speed of Silence, where they were lowering Power Age to the ground? That was an absolutely wicked scene. And next up, we have sort of a different style of art. This is from Extreme Monster, who said he was personifying sort of the racing realms into human-like figures, which is a pretty neat idea, actually. So this is the Water Queen. This is the water realm in sort of a humanized form. And then his second entry, which is Junk Chan. This is the Junk realm as a human, which is pretty cool. Once again, I love that he incorporates the details from the realms into the figures. And then we have an entry by Cold Ramen, which is Monkey and Taro showing some affection. I think this one should definitely either be called Welded or Draft With Me Monkey. And the next entry belongs to Taku, and it is Reverb zooming across the page. And then we have a second entry by Taku Racer, with this one being Spectite. So Spectite and Reverb, he definitely picked the best two models to sketch. And then we have an entry from Vasilis, who actually won the last art contest with the Dinosaur Realm. This is Spinebuster sort of on a city street. And I love the details in the background. It's pretty cool to see an Acceleracers car, in sort of a regular scenery. And next up, we have another entry by Vasilis, and I really love how in this art contest, we definitely have some people thinking way outside the box, stuff like turning realms into humanized figures, really cool spin-off stuff. But we have a girl walking out of a graveyard with a bat behind her, and we have sort of a goth-style themed ballistic with the bat wings on the back. What a wicked paint job on that ballistic. And then we have the first of two entries by the W Brothers. This one is the Swamp Realm. You might have seen a couple of their works on the subreddit, but as you can see, we have cars all over the place. And shout out to Power Rage down in the bottom left, who is all caught up in the vines. And then we have the second entry by the W Brothers. This is the Junk Realm. Love that sweeper down in the bottom left. And if you guys can see that Mechanoid Destroyer up in the top right, that is pretty cool as well. And then we have an entry by Adam, who sketched the Junk Realm Acceleracers. And then we have the first of two entries by Spector. This is from Ignition with Hollowback and Spinebuster driving on the coast. It's not 100% movie accurate, he said, but it was still fun to draw. And he absolutely crushed the likeness on that Spinebuster. And then his second entry is Reverb sliding through the apex in the Junk Realm, dodging those giant wrecking balls in the back. Look at the detail on the track. And then we have two entries by Emberdrift. The first is a awesome sketch of Taro, guys. Look at that gaze, that intensity. Whew, it's no wonder that Lonnie didn't stand a chance against that. And then we have a side profile sketch of Kurt, also by Emberdrift. And I never really appreciated his flat top haircut until I saw this, but he definitely had some awesome hair. And then we have two entries by Chinny. The first is the Sad Vert. I think a lot of you guys remember this. I'm pretty sure this is from the Ultimate race, where he's talking about how he would just hold the other drivers back if he went in with their plane. And he's talking to himself in the mirror. That face hits me in the feels every single time. And then another entry by Chinny. This is the Drone Kadeem hanging off the track. As you guys remember, Kadeem is gone. And then we had the first of two entries by Sweet. Those of you guys remember, he did the Rocket Socket in the last contest that made the Final Four. So this is a sketch of the Swamp Realm with Synchro sliding along the track, dodging the vines. You've got the Swamp Beast back in the left. This is an absolute work of art. Check out those vines chasing down Synchro. And look at the detail on those dragons on the side. And then another entry by Sweet. This is Spinebuster from sort of a back view. We've got the flames shooting out the back, and I'm amazed at what he can do with just one color. Like, I never thought people would be able to get definition like that on their sketches with one color, but he does it. I don't know how he does that. It is absolutely unbelievable. And then we have an entry by Picky Colt. You did not stay in the groove, Pork Chop. He absolutely nailed the likeness on the scene. This is one of my favorites from Monkeys. Telling Pork Chop he didn't stay in the groove, and Pork Chop immediately copies him. You did not stay in the groove, Pork Chop. That is one of my favorites. Absolutely nailed it. And since we had an odd number of entries this time around, Picky Colt actually had the idea to resubmit Acceleracers. And I didn't really think of this before, but probably from now on, I will have sort of a re-entry pool where I'll take some entries that maybe didn't do so well in the first tournament. They got matched up with a tough matchup right away, just if we have an odd number, so I can sort of even it out, put one more entry back in there. But it worked out great this time to resubmit Acceleracers, and obviously it's a masterpiece, and that's my personal opinion. But hopefully I won't get knocked out in the first round again this time. And then we have the first of two entries by Christian, and I absolutely cannot say enough about the creativity behind this. This is a Acceleracers board game that he has sketched out with, a track going around the perimeter and going through 4 different racing realms. This is absolutely wicked. Let's take a closer look. So over in the top left, you can see the Cosmic Realm. We've got the tracks going through space. We got the portal, the asteroids. And then on the right, we have the Swamp Realm. You can see the Swamp Beast. You can see all the vines. Love that Acceleracers sketch logo right in the middle too. And then on the bottom portion, on the bottom left, we have the Warped Realm. You can see the big question mark and the track swerving all over the place. And then on the right, we have the Neon Pipeline Realm. And I'm sure this took a lot of time to do, and I cannot say enough about the detail on it. What a great idea. Would have loved to have an Acceleracers board game. And then we have Kristen's second entry, which is a sketch of a Riveted from an awesome side view. So there's definitely a bunch of good entries into this art contest. I can't wait to see who comes out on top. And just remember, guys, let's keep everything light and positive in the comment section. There's not going to be any tolerance for bashing of other people's art, because this is all for fun. I mean, I know there's a $35 cash prize to the winner, but in the grand scheme of things, that's a small cash prize, guys. This is all for fun. And keep in mind, we have a wide age range of submissions on these art contests. So just keep that in mind when you're taking a look at all these entries. And just remember, it's all for fun, and it's all about showcasing, some of the best art in the community and the people that are willing to share their art on a public forum. I think that's super cool. But the other thing to remember is just it is single elimination in the bracket. And it is random. So unfortunately, obviously, you might get matched up with a really good entry right off the bat, and there can only be one winner in the end, guys. Just keep that in mind. Like, if you happen to run up against an awesome entry in the first round and you get knocked out early, it doesn't mean your art was bad. It just means that the other person's art was freaking out of this world. So it's not a knock against you. Just remember, it's all fan voting, and there can only be one winner in the end. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. And here we have the bracket for the second art contest. So look through it. Be sure to pick out your entries and sort of see when they're going to be going up on the community tab. And since we had 26 entries, there wasn't an even number, like 16 or 32, which makes tournaments really easy. So 6 people did end up getting a first round bye. So hopefully you're one of the lucky ones who got a first round bye. Down in the bottom, it looks like Spectite, Vasilis' Spinebuster, Riveted, Wild/Torque, Sweet Spinebuster, and Ballistic were the 6 that got a first round bye. And out of the 26 entries, I think there were like 4 entries that were Junk Realm related, 2 or 3 that were Swamp Realm related, and I think there were 2 Spinebuster sketches in there. So if you see like on the bottom left, that Spinebuster V, I tried to put the initial of the person who entered it next to it just so there's no confusion. So that one on the bottom left is Vasilis' Spinebuster, and then the one on the bottom right is Sweet Spinebuster. So you can sort of find your entries like the Junk Realm WB, that is the W Brothers. So if you see initials at the end of one of the entries' names, that is what that is for. That is the person who entered it, so that I could try and keep them straight so that we didn't end up getting confused, on which Spinebuster was competing on which day. But anyways, we're probably going to start up in the top left and work our way down the sides of the bracket. So as of the time this video drops, the Hypertruck and Gig will be live on my community tab, and unfortunately it doesn't let me do it all in one post. So same as last time, it's going to be, the first post will be both of the entries, so it'll be the Hypertruck and the Gig photos, so you'll be able to take a look at both of the sketches, see which one you like, and then the community post above that will be the voting where you select your favorite out of the 2. So definitely go vote for your favorite out of the Hypertruck and Gig over on my community tab. Use the polling feature there, and then every day after that we'll probably do 2 matchups just so we can sort of make it through the tournament. It doesn't take 3 months for us to get through it. So tomorrow will probably be the Junk Realm and the Kurt sketch, and then the Monkey/Tar, or the Welded as I like to call it, and the Acceleracers board game will be going up tomorrow. So be sure to go vote for your favorites tomorrow, and just keep tabs on it, and we'll work our way through it. But that is going to wrap it up for the sort of intro into the art contest, guys. Be sure to go vote on the community tab for your favorites every day until the contest reaches its conclusion. I don't really remember exactly when it was going to end, but it'll definitely be going for probably at least a week or 2 with all the entries that we got. But that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to go show some love to the people who submitted their art down in the comment section. Let me know if there's one or two that you think absolutely stand out, that you think are going to clean up in the art contest. And also maybe drop some ideas for entries that people can make for the next art contest. You know, maybe some ideas of a sketch you'd like to see or see somebody come up with. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. So if you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button for me, subscribe to the Acceleracers Hub for more Acceleracers related content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.